This is On Approach, episode 38.
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, Tempo 63.
63, contact the New York Center, 128.3.
28-3, Tempo 63, good day. Hello, Captain.
On Approach is a weekly flight sim and aviation enthusiast podcast covering user-submitted topics and news on the SkyLounge.tv. We got right through that one this time. Welcome to another week. 38. How many weeks in a year? 52?
14 to go.
Wow. That's wild, man. Like,
well, 2/3 up the way.
2/3
So we're going to have a
there.
Christmas edition, aren't we? Our first Christmas edition.
We will. We'll have our first Christmas
Yeah.
edition.
Have to wear silly hats.
And, you know, in 2 weeks, we'll have our first
edition.
in-person edition, which,
Yeah.
to be very frank, like, what I wanted to do from the start was for it to be a very casual kind of sit-down show, like a couple guys on a couch. This is our virtual way of doing that. But to me, it's like the pinnacle of my dream for On Approach to finally, literally have us all on a couch, drink in hand, open microphone, camera on the group, you know, going through the news. I'm so looking forward to it. That's going to be recorded on the Saturday night right after the show. Yeah, we're getting together at the house. We rented a house out near Cosford, and we're recording in the house that evening.
Right.
After dinner and drinks, I think.
No. Hold on. Let's reverse that. That's
Okay.
after dinner, between drinks.
Yeah, between drinks. Yeah, exactly.
That's gonna be good.
Exactly. It's going to be good. Ladies and gentlemen, from my lower right side here, we've got Mr. B.
Hello, everyone.
We've got Mr. Biarzed.
What's up?
And way over there, we have Mr. Spark Smudge.
Sky 5 peoples.
Mr. Elite. Mr.
Mr.
Elite.
I've got the internet back.
Yes, 28th, guys. 28th.
So,
Elite update.
you were down for like a month. What was it?
I don't actually have one here, but it's a connector that's about this big, and it sits between my two my cable goes from here out the window, and then it's connected to the outside line, which is like a super insulated, you know, waterproof fucking, so, you know. And there's this little connector that sits between them, two of them.
Oh,
And
my.
it sits, I've got a restaurant below me, and their sign runs across here. And it sits across that sign. And of course, the water pulls on the top of it, and the water got into it, and it was all crusty and rusty and nasty. And the guy just changed it, and he went, bonk, there you go. And I looked that component up on eBay, and it was 10 for 99 pence.
All
that trouble.
Goodness.
All
that
that trouble
trouble.
for nothing. But I know now. Now.
You
So
know
if
now.
it goes again, I'm going to go and fucking chest all the bloody things myself and change it myself. Fucking 99p.
I want to see Sparky up a ladder trying to fix his internet cable.
Rip the whole bloody lot out. I should have done. They were
Did you
so
get any-
lucky though. They were so lucky because if this was their last chance, because I was going to knock them on the head.
So, Sparky, so that it doesn't happen to you again, let me know which one do you need. I've got you covered, man. You know, that's many years of my dad being prepared before me being prepared. So that's his pile, his stash of adapters plus my stash of adapters.
Yeah, you have
Did you get any
actually.
compensation?
I will do. I will. I won't have to pay this month. That's for sure.
And
Bloody
do you have alternatives where you live?
Oh, loads. Everybody wants your business. You got Virgin, Sky, BT.
Wow. So it's like a total opposite to what you have in the US now.
Yeah. Oh, everyone's paying for your business. So, you
That's-
know, I give them 3
good.
strikes and out, and luckily they got it right on the 3rd strike.
Well, we're really, really glad that you're back.
Good to
Yeah.
be back, man. It's good to be back.
let's get to the news. Latest previews of FSLabs A320 and a sneaky A319. This one brought to us by Mr. Smurf John. The hard-working crew of FSLabs have posted a few pics of the cockpit of the new A320 for V4, with a sneaky external pic of the 319 in development. He says, I so can't wait for this. Any Airbus fans on?
Of the 330, yeah.
They're not doing a 330, Kevin.
I don't mind the Airbus, but they are very plastic.
It might tempt me into the Airbus because I like what I saw with the preview video and what have you.
Can we talk for a moment about Sparky's comment? They're very plastic. And then I would like to direct your attention to this incredible texture right here on the back of this seat.
It's
Oh
good. It's-
my god.
The thing is, you know, we call it French plastic. You know, the Airbus is French plastic. Because basically that's what it is. There's nothing wrong with the aircraft. I mean, I have the A330 for Xplane, and it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's a dream to fly. And you know, currently we don't have one for P3D yet. So, you know, the first one out the gate is gonna grab the goodies, I think.
We have the stain right here. We've got the wear and tear at the edge where these two fabrics meet. It's all like, yeah, look at that. It's like yucky from like hair grease. Right? We have this decal that's peeling only on one side. I mean, this is gorgeous.
Yeah, I like old. News horrible.
It looks good. It looks just as good as the FSX version, just in P3D.
So better.
So shading is better.
You know, Smurf John was big on saying, Edson, you would like the Flight Sim Labs. Edson, you would like the Flight Sim Labs. But I had this hesitation to jump in on it in P3D before, because obviously everyone was ooming. And I mean, like, some of the top dogs were ooming, or they had to turn their settings down so far that it was so aggressively turned down that it kind of took away the shine of the rest of the sim. I didn't want to change my system to fly the plane, but I think that now that it hit V4, or well, when it does hit V4, I think I could be convinced. I did not hate the Airbus. I actually quite liked the Airbus. I did fall into my Boeings pretty strong, but this is beautiful, man. This is like PMDG quality and then some on the Airbus side.
The thing is about the FSLabs, isn't this like the study level? Isn't this the one that the Boeing?
Yeah.
I forget the streamer, but he's an Airbus pilot, and this is the one he flies, right?
Yeah. Fly Purdue.
Fly Purdue, yes.
Yeah.
But knowing Edson and his personality, there's nothing that's going to get him away from the 737.
I love that plane.
That's your personality.
Yeah.
That Airbus, I don't feel like the Airbus persona matches with you very well. You might be able to fly it, but I don't think you're going to have as much fun, and you're not going to actually fly the plane. You'll be on procedures when you fly that plane.
Right.
Instead of like the 737 where you can actually casually fly it and enjoy the flying of it. The 320, I feel like, it's my own personal opinion, it's an airplane on rail because it's highly automated and very protective. I don't mean that in like the fact that this airplane, the Flight Sim Labs, is more on rail than anything else. It's like the airplane is made that way.
Right.
Yeah. The thing is about the Airbus, there's like 4 computers, and they won't allow you to do things. If you try to bank it hard, the computers are just gonna say no. We're not letting you do it.
So it's no secret. It's no secret that I didn't, that I don't know my heavies as well as some of the people that spent all their sim time in heavies. When I was flying the Airbus and did not know the Boeings yet, I wanted to fly into my home country. I wanted to fly into Bolivia and do some of those crazy approaches. And I recall very clearly the one time I tried to do it in an Airbus. And I disengaged autopilot and tried to take the turn that I needed to do and tried to dive over the mountain like I needed to. And I couldn't. The plane wouldn't do anything. It really just felt like I was not in control of the plane at all.
If you're outside of
resisting.
the procedures, it's just, it doesn't let you do what you want to do. And that's the only thing I have against the Airbus as an aircraft.
Yeah.
Compared to the Boeings, but that's just personal opinion.
And in conversations with Per, P3 Ron, Norwegian, he says that's exactly also why they don't fly into Norway. It's that same reason. He's like, you can't get them into some of the places here. And he's like, so you just don't see the Airbus flying often here into Norway. But this is a very elegant plane, man. Very elegant. And there's
They're doing
the
an excellent job.
There's the secret shot there. There's the secret shot there. The shorter, smaller A319.
It looks like a spy shot from a plane spotter.
Yeah, right.
Behind the fence on the ground. Like, look at that, the beast at a remote airport.
Yeah, and Mr. B's favorite, Innsbruck, he spots it every time.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely looking fresh, man. I'm looking forward to this coming to V4, and I think I'll at least add it to the hangar so that I have it to model match the number of people that will probably get it.
I think it's going to be a race. Is it going to be the FSLabs? Is it going to be the Aerosoft? Who's going to bring it to market first for V4?
I want to see a 330 though. I really do. I hope Flight Sim Labs come to that point.
I have the 330 for Xplane, and it's absolutely beautiful.
It's the only airplane we're missing on P3D.
The 787.
Carenado shows off a C-172 SP. Excuse me. Carenado shows off a... Take 3. This one's submitted by Crazy K. Carenado shows off a C-172 SP Skyhawk with the G1000. The Skyhawk.
Why should we be excited about this?
Where do you want me to start?
Did you say why should we be excited?
Yeah.
Well, this is a souped up C-172, so we have the A2A one, right? And the A2A one's rocking, I guess we can do the GTN in it if we want. This is rocking a C1, the G1000. I believe it's got a souped up engine, yes?
This to me seems all wrong.
Tell me why. Tell us why. Look at that.
It's a classic aeroplane. I mean, how many pilots learn on this aircraft to learn to fly in the 172 and the 182s? And then you go and put this great big glass panel in it. And it's just, to me, it just seems wrong. It seems wrong to modernize this classic air. I mean, you know, people want modern, I guess, but it just seems wrong to me.
So to you, it's a bad mashup. A bad mashup.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, I'm following the exact same line as Sparky here. It's not because it's Carenado, all right? I'm talking about the fact that you're putting glass cockpit in a Cessna 172. It's like converting a petrol engine car to an electric car. It doesn't work very well. If you take a Tesla, it was designed from the start to be an electric one. It works great because it was designed to take that into consideration. So what I'm wondering, you know, for people who will actually fly the glass cockpit like that, it seems to have synthetic vision in it. That's what I get from the screenshots.
Yeah.
I would like to point out the texturing on that seatbelt.
Hey, you can't knock
That's
Carenado
delicious.
for their textures. You can't knock them for their textures, man.
Not at all. Not at all.
Of course.
That's delicious.
But synthetic vision, I'm going to keep
Synthetic
going
vision.
back to this.
Yeah,
Because
synthetic vision.
that's never been done so
It's
far.
not
in
been
a
done yet.
product.
Right.
And I'm wondering if if those units were made by Carenado or if they use part of the default GPS system. Because they of course copy paste a lot of their stuff from airplane to airplane. So I would imagine this is custom Carenado stuff.
This has to be like a completely fresh G1000.
So am I right in thinking that they have G1000 and other planes as well in their fleet?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So-
They definitely do. In fact, so performance was such an issue for me in V3. Anytime the G1000 was present, that any planes with the G1000 I actually avoided.
Right.
And so I tended to, or if it had two like this, forget about it, bro. Like I'd have to turn one off.
Right. Yeah. Maybe in P3D V4 it might be a bit different.
V4
But
I think it's going to be different. Yeah.
It might be. Well, it looks like a custom work from Carenado. It's not just like the default GPS that they put on a J1000 frame. They
Yeah.
actually did some Navigraph integration and stuff like that. And the synthetic vision is like it's a first. You've
That's a
never seen
first.
that before.
That's a
Yeah.
first for sure.
That's like the flight radar view, isn't it?
That's what it
Flight
is. Yeah.
radar, yeah.
I just wish they'd have put it in a more appropriate plane. That's my only thing. It's a 172. I mean,
Maybe
you know.
experimenting with it.
But the cool thing is
That's
exactly that's what I guess a connection of what Sparks is saying and what Kevin is saying is, you know, that wish of putting it in another plane. Once they developed it, it's as simple as an update now. Done.
So
Update.
what I'd like to do is take the 3D model of that plane and put the A2A physics in it. That'd be great.
that could be cool. That could be
great.
cool.
Is that the system that's in the Pantera and the Eclipse as well? They've got a G1000, haven't they? As well as
Same
the
thing.
GTN. Yeah. I might have a go at this one because my A2A planes are all broken.
Oh, look at that texturing, man.
It looks good. It looks like an old but very well maintained airplane.
Well, right. I mean, this is like a special package.
Well, yeah.
172.
If you've just put custom G1000 in your 170,
Right.
costing thousands of pounds. You're gonna look after your plane, aren't you?
Right,
That's
right. That's exactly. It's not part of an aero club and used for training. That's for sure.
No. They have cup holders in there too, in the middle, it seems.
Look at that. Yeah. See. Yeah. This is for the well-off, you know, pilot that fell in love with this flight training and wanted to buy a really nice version of it.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I think
absolutely
they've been
beautiful.
using Auto Glim leather cleaner on it as well.
Back to black.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very good looking.
Gorgeous.
Now I know what would make you have bought that plane if it was the RG version.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would have got that one. Oh, I would have.
The
The
RG.
G1000 and RG, yes.
Why is that? Tell me about the RG.
Retractable.
Retractable.
Ah, okay. They made a retractable gear 172.
Yeah.
Dang, that's hot.
That is, yeah. That modernized version of a 310 would have been awesome too.
Yeah.
That I would take any time of the day.
A new submitter this week, Mr. Ron Fleet. I don't want to say Ron Flea. Ronful? I don't know. Ron Flay. Let's put a
Flay.
French. Let's put a
Flare.
Ron Flay. Ron Flay brings us a good question. Looking for a list of add-ons, FSX and P3D, to run over a network. He says, I've got a question that's on my mind for quite some time, and I can't seem to find the answer. Is there a list out there of programs, add-ons for FSX that we can run over a network? And if there isn't, maybe we should create one here on the forum, like the Ultimate V4 add-on list. Great idea, Ron. And yes, actually, I've been contemplating. I want to know what you guys think about this too. I've been contemplating a new tab at the top of the page for these amazing lists that we're generating. Like a tab for lists. So the ultimate, V4 add-on compatibility list, the, list of networked add-ons, the list of South American airports, like all these lists that people are putting together and putting hard work into creating, putting them all in one nice place.
Yeah.
Would that be helpful? Yeah.
Put them together,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Folks out there viewing, let us know what you think as well in the comments below. Would you like to see a nice organized tab showing all the lists that we have running on the page? Mr. Lewis Bloom, Gold Club patron and trusted member of the aviation community, says, I've had this come up a few times in recent months, and my advice is going to ruffle some old guard feathers, but it's there. Not aimed at anyone, just a vent. Personally, advice is simply this. If you're buying a new multi-core PC with the GPU and running modern software, why do you need to go the complex route of offloading? And I'll leave that question out there for the team here, because I know that we've got kind of a mix of opinions just in the gamut of hosts that we have here. What do you guys do?
Well, I run everything on the same PC, but I also have the possibility to run on a separate PC. The issue and why people are actually doing it is the same exact reason that people did it a few years ago. Active Sky running just by itself will take 8 to 10% of CPU power. And that's enough to saturate to go to 100% and actually hurt your performance and your frame rate and your experience. And that's not including even map software and everything you could run in parallel. Mm-hmm. So it's about CPU headroom. It's not about memory. It's about CPU headroom. That's really what it comes to.
So your thought is, if you've got the headroom, don't worry about it. And if you don't have the headroom, consider offloading some stuff. Starting with possibly Active Sky, which is, you're right, one of the heavier ones.
Mm-hmm. Maybe an easier thing to do is clean up your processes before launching the sim, because you might have backups running in the background, Steam downloading stuff. Get rid of everything that's actually taking up CPU cycles in the background when you fly.
OneDrive loves to launch automatically, kill it. Dropbox loves to launch automatically, kill it. I even kill antivirus software before I'm going live and streaming. I really want to get every ounce of possible performance out of my system.
Build a script that kills all those applications when you start your sim, and you use SimStarter and everything does it in the background.
SimStarter does that as well, yeah.
And if you kill everything, if you lean everything correctly, depending on the CPUs you have and stuff like that, right. maybe you have the headroom to run everything on a simple computer, and that could make things much simpler. But I think the need of having multiple PCs and the versatility as well of having a second computer.
The way I look at it is I run everything on the same PC at the moment. Although I have the option of running on a second PC, because I run a second PC to do my streaming. In fact, I've got 3 PCs. I've got a laptop as well over here. But it's just the hassle of networking it. I mean, the amount of problems people have. I mean, even me, you're trying to get something to run over a network and it's not working properly. It's just hassle. It's on the same machine. It just works.
Well, in your case, you just change the connector.
Is it me? Is it laziness? Probably. Can I just be bothered to put the time in and troubleshoot it? Not really.
Yeah, I offload everything to my other PCs. I don't. I try and keep the flight sim PC for the flight sim. So I've got Active Sky, Electronic Flight Bag, Plan G. I've got everything I can running over the network, even the little nav map. And I just like to keep my flight sim PC as clean as possible. I'm not a particularly clever guy when it comes to networking, but the instructions that come with this stuff now are pretty damn good. And also, if you have wide FS, that makes a lot of the things work a lot easier as well. So, I always want to offload stuff from my flight sim PC to try and leave sufficient, maximum resource for the simulator.
And wide FS is payware, yeah?
Yeah, wide FS sits on top of FSU IPC. That makes Plan G work flawlessly over the network. And other software as well.
And you,
Pro
Mr.
ATC.
Edson, Mr. 4 iPads on my desk.
Yeah, so I guess I run a weird combination, I guess, right? Like, I actually prefer to keep everything running locally, and I produce live on the sim machine and simply send a finished signal out to the streaming PC. So my streaming I offload onto another machine for processing, but Active Sky and all the tools and stuff are running on the sim PC. Additional tools that run on the iPads are stuff like 4Flight, the mapping software, RF Cockpit, RF Radio HD, and RF Map HD, which are other pieces of software that you can very easily offload onto a tablet. So I go the route of iPads, to be honest with you. I mean, everything that needs to run in Windows runs on the sim PC, and then other little things I run on iPads in front of me. I fear the complexity that Mr. B has. It is easy for him because he's done it often, but I do often hear his frustrations when something isn't right, and it's hard to chase that down. I have enough of a headache chasing down audio issues.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my fear. Is you're getting ready to do a show, and your EFB isn't connecting, or Active Sky is not seeing the sim, or something's gone wrong, and you've got to go through and do all the troubleshooting. I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
I think I mainly have issues with sound. I mean, sending sound to the stream. My other stuff seems really stable now.
So what I'm doing on my end, I built some scripts that are run by SimStarter that will actually manage all my audio settings, prepare my audio settings, launch my software over the network as well to my second computer for streaming. So in one button, literally 10 seconds, I'm good to go and press record and press stream.
Yeah.
So a script is absolutely necessary, because otherwise you forget stuff and it takes ages to prepare stuff.
SimStarter is a very powerful tool.
Oh, for
Very
that
powerful tool. So I do suggest to first optimize your system. No matter what, you're going to benefit from that. Whether you decide to offload or not, you're going to benefit from optimizing your system. So go through your services, see what's running, get rid of everything you can. Stop every service that you don't need. Stop every application that you don't need to launch at startup. Stop it from launching at startup. Once you kind of then gauge what your actual overhead is, then consider offloading some stuff. But don't attack this list as if it's you should offload all of that. Because in the end, you're going to build all these remote connections between one computer and another. That's a lot of stuff to manage. Really think about which ones do I need to offload? Which ones are going to benefit me the most? Look at your processor usage and say, all right, well, this takes up X amount. I'm going to move this to the other PC. And
There's
get
also,
yourself the overhead.
You've also got the some of the programs lend themselves better to network operation. EFB a good example. You stick your Core EFB program on the sim PC, and that broadcasts to as many PCs as you like. So I've got EFB, for instance, broadcasting to the streaming PC and broadcasting to my navigation PC. Some programs lend themselves to that and are designed for that. Others you have to tinker with, so prioritize them by all means.
I love the idea of building a list for this. Ron, thank you so much for the post and the suggestion. We'd love to hear what you all think in the comments below. Would you like to see a list of add-ons that are friendly to run over the network? Let us know. JustFlight PA-28R Aero 3 announced for Xplane 11. This one brought to us by Crazy K. So this plane already exists in FSX world, P3D world, but it's now coming to Xplane.
That looks real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's bananas.
PBR for you.
Yeah, that's the first airplane that has all three platforms covered. Right?
Yeah, this is on everything. This is a flight sim world. Yeah.
It's the first one for Flight Sim World, so I guess it's the first one for 3 platforms as well. It's great. Good job on this thing. Really good job.
Oh,
That is just stunning.
the way the light reflects on the bezel from the way the light reflects on the screen. Like, that
The dash-
difference is beautiful.
The dash looks like it's made out of a thin fabric, you know, velvet or something.
Look at that. Yeah.
The reflection looks awesome. 3D gauges, I suppose, because why not? I'll have to get that. Is it a separate license for all 3 versions, or is it the same license? 'Cause it's probably separate.
It's probably separate. Yeah. $41.99 upon release.
Ooh, that's not a free one, is it?
No.
Not cheap.
Not cheap. But I mean, it's probably most likely very accurate, especially in Xplane for the flight model. Right, so it's $41 for the Xplane version, 41 for the P3D and FSX version, and 41 for the Flight Sim World version. If you want to own them on every platform, it's getting pretty damn expensive.
Beautiful wear and tear.
Yeah, texturing is on point as well.
Yeah, fantastic. I think that opens up some interesting discussion. Do you think that there should be kind of cross-grading platform pricing?
I don't know, because people tend
They're
to
different
switch.
simulators, you know?
People tend to switch all in for something and all out
Yeah.
for something else. So I guess if one buys an airplane for a platform, you know, let's say I fly GA a lot and I want to dedicate Xplane for my GA flying, I'll just buy it for Xplane, not for P3D. So I guess people like to do that.
Yeah, and just another heads up: if you click on the expand the description, under the liveries there is 4 UK liveries. That's unprecedented because these companies don't do UK liveries ever. It's always the US, Germany, Switzerland. And they just no one flies in the UK.
Deliver your message to Just Flight, Sparky. Go.
Yes, thank you, Just Flight, for including Great Britain in your livery list. Unlike some A2A people, I didn't say that.
There's a lot of Europe, actually. US is like 2 of them.
Another great one from the Just Flight folks, man. Keep up the great work, guys. Absolutely stunning. And looking forward to meeting at Cosford.
You never know. Just Flight normally do a price reduction for Cosford on their
They do.
booth.
I purchased the Just Flight Hawk on DVD last year, and it was on show offer, and I actually misplaced it. And I emailed the guy who was at the stand, at the Just Flight stand, and he actually emailed me a key.
Oh, nice.
So I got the Hawk, you know.
They have a paint kit for the plane too, so TSL livery.
Drzewiecki design Renton preview photos. Oh my god. Look at that.
We have open hangars
production
now.
line. Yeah.
Unpainted Airbus.
Airbus.
Airbus, you said.
Boeing, man.
Boeings.
Boeings, sorry.
Look at that. The factory, bro. You can see inside.
Where is this place?
In Boeing Field
And Boeing Field. Yeah, Boeing Field.
Ah, it's Boeing Field.
near Seattle.
Nice.
Just outside of SeaTac, Seattle. This is amazing.
The ambient inclusion is maybe a bit overdone, but that's the only comment I could make, really.
Can you define that? What do you mean by the ambient inclusion?
Go back previous screenshot.
Okay.
See the shadows under where the piping meets with the actual hangar, the curve one.
Yes.
That the shadow in there's like a cast shadow in the texture when it meets the hangar, and that thing is a bit too dark.
Let's see.
Oh, you're
Any-
being picked down, Kevin.
Any intersection on geometric level. Any intersection has some shading to it. Like it's
Right.
darker, and it's a bit too much, in my opinion.
I see. Okay. You're being picky, jerk.
Being picky. Yeah, bloody Canadians.
Well, to be clear, I'd rather it having it than not having it.
Right.
Because if it doesn't, the texture looks really crappy.
Yeah. This is a cool place, man. This
It
is
looks
a cool
like
place.
it looks like a permanent aircraft demonstration show, like an air show.
Absolutely is. I used to sit at a McDonald's just over here and watch stuff come in.
There's just planes everywhere.
Yeah.
Everett Factory.
Everett, Washington, yeah.
That moment when even the static airplane have split scimitar wingtips, and you don't, because you have a PMDG airplane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the split tips.
I do like the unpainted liveries though. You know, just lined up,
Oh, look at that.
In the hangar.
waiting to go into paint. Yeah.
Do you think by the time this comes out they're gonna have to remove the Ryan airplanes? Actually, they'll probably all be piled up here.
They're gonna be left here.
Excuse me, Boeing. We'd like to make a return, please. Don't you have a 30-day policy?
Funny story, actually. Bombardier, where they build the CRJs here, they had an order from a company in South America that could not pay it.
Not
after
Bolivia.
all.
Definitely not Bolivia.
No, but they couldn't pay for them, so they stayed at the Bombardier factory for months and months. They were
Oh, wow.
parked there, brand new plane, never used, all the wrapping and on the engines, but they never got delivered.
Wow. Yeah, this is awesome, though. Great place to start deliveries at, man. I think we're gonna have to get Canuckshaw to do all his painting here. And we'll pick up all our new TSL repainted stuff just here because it's beautiful.
Yeah. Pick them up here, fly them down the coast to the TSL
Yes.
skate park, ready to
Look
roll.
at that. Ah, they got a spot here and everything. Look at that. Perfect. Absolutely
Yep.
perfect.
For you.
And for the bigger planes, we can park them over here.
Beautiful.
Ah, man, I'm so excited about this. I really am. Big complex.
Parking.
Drzewiecki, I know they like to do the surrounding area as well. Is there much of the surrounding area they done, or is it just the airport?
It looks like it's just the airport. That's all
It's clean
ORBX. Yeah. You have this area over here. That's custom. And then it looks like it cuts just out there again to ORBX. Ooh.
Seaplane base.
Kenmore Air. Seaplane base. Beautiful. So we can go from here to what's it called? Friday Island?
Friday Harbor.
Friday Harbor, yeah.
Harbour.
Yeah, it's right up the way, man. You're doing it again, Drzewiecki. Look at this. This is an unveiling. This is inside the Boeing factory.
We wanted to have open hangars. We got the biggest one they could do.
Yeah.
The engine sat there waiting to go on. Beautiful.
Very nice, very detailed. Massive.
Huge. Look at that. Huge.
I want to fly through it with my Piper Cub. And walk through it with the Avatar.
Did they leave one spot? No, I wish that plane wasn't there. That one. Yeah?
You could roll it out of the hangar.
Yeah,
Unpainted.
exactly. I wish that one wasn't there, and maybe even that one.
You can make a special request. Yeah, for the 787.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yes.
You should make
Look
a
at,
special.
look at the wings, man.
So good. The fuselage are like right next to them as
Yeah.
well. Just in front.
Oh, yeah, the front and rear. Dude, that's wild, man. This is so cool. Nerdgasm. Nerdgasm for sure.
How many people are going to be walking around inside there just looking at everything?
Dude,
In
with
VR.
the chase plane static mode, with the man bouncing. Yes! Yes! It's perfect. Drzewiecki Design, you've done it again. Thank you. And the next one brought to us by Crazy K. FSDG shows Milas-Bodrum Airport in Turkey. Looks like another light project, he says. I don't care. I'll take more destinations out this way. Light or not, I'll take it. Better than default. I hope it's light on the price too. Olympic Air? Wonderful. I love their liveries.
Does this still exist, that airline? Not sure.
Olympic? Yes.
Yeah, Olympic's still going.
The fireplanes, the CL215s.
Yeah, those are 415s because they have turboprops engine.
Oh, yes, up top. You know your fireplanes, man.
Well, they build them here.
Well, they build them there in Canada. Yeah.
Good looking.
Good looking. This would make for a nice approach. Most definitely. Love it. Scenic approaches. I like the stone building here as well.
Look at the tower.
Cool.
Very colourful.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't miss the tower, could you?
Very nice default 320. 321 actually. That was taken in FSX or no, P3D. Yeah.
More destinations out that way. Keep them coming. Smurf John brings us this next one. Jetstream Designs preview of
Nantes.
Here's a new update about progress on
Nantes Atlantique.
LFRS scenery. If you like detailed parking lots, you'll be glad to know we've worked hard to bring detail to the airport's parking lots. Do you remember the last time when we bitched about an airport's parking lots? These guys heard us.
They're good.
Yes.
They got it.
I don't know about you guys, but that first shot there with the bushes in the foreground.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me of the aliens from District 9.
There's definitely an alien face in there.
Yeah, right. It's like right in here.
Yeah.
Right there, like two eyes and a fucked up mouth.
Good damn.
No, this is great.
There's goddamn prawns everywhere, man.
So you're looking at photoreal, basically. Photoreal trees. That's pretty money. Oh,
Yeah,
this
very
looks
detailed.
Beautiful. Give me a nice parking lot. Can I point out this bus, by the way?
With the mirrors and all.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yes. Yes.
The airport itself, the car park is awesome. The airport sucks.
Yeah, that'd be the best, right? It's like, this is a wonderful parking lot, but the airport leaves something to be desired.
Well, you come at the airport in a car. You see it's ugly. You get the fuck out in a car.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go in it. But no, it looks beautiful.
This
Navette
looks beautiful.
Aéroport.
Navette Airport.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yes. Look at that. All the rental cars, dude. Hertz, National, Avis.
You know the shadows under the trees there are like a cross. Do you think they're actual shadows from the, what the trees are designed like?
No, that's baked in shadows.
Yeah.
That's
Why would they
texture.
do it as a cross?
It's oftentimes when you do baking of textures like this, it's the actual 3D software that's rendering the shadows and outputting them in the textures directly. But sometimes they're not done by hand. They're all automatically generated. So that could be a case of that, but I really hope they do tune that and put actually a circle under it.
Yeah.
Or just let it cast its own shadow at that point.
Right.
Some little splashes of bird shit on the concrete would be nice.
Dog poop.
That looks good. That looks really, really
Yeah.
good. I really
So whereabouts this in France then? Is it north, south, east, west? Does
I don't
anybody know?
actually.
That's a good question.
We'll
Let's find out. Central France?
Yeah,
West,
Coast,
Western,
yeah.
West coast of
West.
France?
That's more like the wine region around there, isn't it?
Mm.
Nice hop from Paris. Paris.
Yeah. A very nicely situated airport. Aéroport Nantes Atlantique.
Let's have a look at the aerial view of the car park.
See how it compares. You can actually rip off some of the 3D from there.
This is awesome. There's all the rental car places. And now we're there.
Yeah.
Europe car. That's Europe car. That was the other one. I was wondering what that was, the green.
Very good. So the trees that are in the middle are actually into bushes, not directly in the concrete.
Nah, dude, this is cool.
Yeah.
Good
very
work,
well
Jetstream. Looking forward to this one. Submitted by Ivanafly via Aerosoft. Germany South. This is showcasing the incredibly famous racetrack, the Nürburgring. Check this out, Kevin. Are you ready for this? I know
I want to
you're
fly
a
a
car-
chopper all over this time.
You're a car guy, dude. I don't know that you can handle this right here.
I really hopeful. I did not see that before, so insta buy. Insta buy. Dude, I'll fly a chopper out of this. Do they have the entire track or just
Yes.
this part? Oh,
They
my
have
Orb-
the entire track.
ORBX has done it again.
yeah. Well, they could not go, they could not miss that. It's such an iconic place.
Fully modeled, bro.
I'll try to race a car on that track, actually, in flight sim. See how the physics goes.
What is it, about 27 kilometers, that track?
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
see it making
A few
out.
hundred turns or something.
Yeah.
That's wow. I hope you have some small animated cars going on it.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Ooh,
That'd be great.
That'd be cool. Like its own what would it be? The AFCAD file? Yeah.
If it
follows them.
if it doesn't, I'll try to make a plugin for Project Cars so that over the network you can actually see someone else's car
I
on
tell
that
you what,
track.
I tell you what, guys. If I ever win the lottery, I'll get you and Edson track day.
Yes. Dude, look
Oh,
at the
really?
seating. Look at the seating. This whole
Yeah,
bottom.
very detailed. When they do shoots there in the days before, everyone had drones, they would actually fly helicopters very low to follow a car down there.
Yeah.
And they do that across the world. It's not just for that track, but it's actually impressive what they can do with a helicopter.
It's the whole thing, bro. It's
perfect.
amazing.
It just looks like a street, like
Yeah.
a normal road. Insane. I'll buy it just for that.
Just to fly over that.
That could be my test bed. Yeah.
That's bad, yeah.
But then actually, I assume it's got helipads.
Yeah, there was one on the roof
Yeah.
of the building there, like a big saucer.
Hopefully landable.
Yeah, they have them pretty much everywhere because if there's a crash, they need to airlift someone.
This next topic brought to us by Beach08NH. Great one. This is Jay-Z to launch a private jet service for super rich travelers. The US icon is launching a firm that lets mega rich travelers hire airplanes at the touch of a button. And he's not bothered if his jet smarter planes are booked for bonking at altitude. Jay said, and by bonking he means bonking. Jay said, who knows what people get up to in a private jet? But if they pay their money, it's up to them. It ain't none of my business. And that's a quote. He added, within 5 years, if you have the money, you're going to be able to order a private jet as easy as you can order an Uber now.
Let's just hope he's not taking lessons off Ja Rule,
I need to know that you have
Off Ja Rule? You mean that he's better at booking planes?
Yeah. Just hope he plans a little bit better, you know.
That's funny because it's already sort of easy to book a plane to fly. I don't know how that one's a bit of a difference, but I saw at Costco some memberships that you can buy.
You can buy, yeah.
Costco.
Right.
So.
That's it's crazy, man. But he's a businessman and he's got the connections for it. So why not? Why not?
It's good.
I mean, instantly he has direct connect to the clientele.
Yeah, he does.
And this is a client base of people that are traveling, you know, left and right, up and down for shows.
Yeah, well, good luck to the man.
ORBX DVD Crossgrade as of 1st October 2017. This one brought to us by Mr. Smurf John. After many months, the DVD Crossgrade service will be available as of October 1st. Development of the backend has taken longer than anticipated, blah, blah, blah. If you own ORBX on DVD, you'll now be able to download a digital copy as well.
Good move.
A very good move. A very, very good move.
Meanwhile, you see some of the Aerosoft PMDG buyers waiting 1 month for their freaking updates.
Yeah.
And they cannot get a downloadable copy. So good job on ORBX for that. It's great.
You know, they made some really bold moves. And I have to say, in the end, it's all been pretty painless.
Yep.
They stumbled a few times. There were some stumbles, but they're blazing a new path. You know, nobody's done what they've done. Nobody's done it in the way they've done it. I mean, they literally pulled 100% of their catalog out of a third-party retailer's shop and built their own.
And then dropped PayPal.
Yeah.
In a unified fucking browser interface.
And they removed PayPal. That's, I think, the boldest move they could ever do.
Yeah.
And people are still putting up with it.
Yeah.
And it's great. At the end, it's such an admirable company for what they've accomplished and all the risk that they've taken.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so painless to buy from them now. You just 3 clicks and it's added, installing already in your sim. So hats off to them.
It's time for some TSL news. I'm very excited about this one. A new sponsor, FS2 Crew.
Welcome, FS2 Crew.
Welcome, FS2 Crew. Also, a little something for the patrons. For our supporting patrons, FS2 Crew has provided a code that will give you 30% off their entire library. That also
30%.
includes 30%. That's huge, actually. That's really, really nice, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. That also includes new products like the 747. It includes upcoming products like the Ultimate Ground Crew add-on that everyone is waiting for. Oh, the Mad Dog FS2 Crew will also get updated. So there's a golden nugget for you. If you are not a patron yet, check out the options. GameWisp.com/theskylounge. It's time for the clip of the week. Here we go. This week it's me. I do remember this, and it's not my proudest moment. Let's just hit play. Whoa.
Holy moly. Goddamn poor plane.
No!
Oh, jeez.
Damn!
Wow.
Oh, GB.
Lord!
that airplane handles, and I saw you flying it. It
It's
looks like
wacky.
it feels like the small RC helicopter in older version of GTA, like you had a mission
Yes!
construction thing.
That's
if
exactly
it-
what it handles like.
It was impossible to control.
It
and
was. It's very
Yeah.
weird, and I don't know if it's a flawed like flight model or if that's
no,
just
it's
what
not.
it is. It's just a
No,
large
it's-
engine with tiny wings.
I saw a documentary on the GB.
Yeah.
And it broke so many speed records. I mean, it really did.
For
but
the
it
time,
was so
yeah.
unstable because it's just this big engine and teeny little wings, and it was really unstable to fly. But it was fast as fucking its day.
That one was clipped by Mr. Chancey12. Mr. Chance, thank you so much for capturing that moment. We love when you clip our shows. So head over to twitch.tv/the Sky Lounge to check out TSL Live, all of the fine folks you see here on the screen, and more. And now on to worth mentioning, this is the speed round. Let's kick it off. Little Nav Map stable release 1.63, now with Xplane support, ladies and gentlemen. A map software that works from FSX Steam all the way to Xplane. This is
And it
huge.
works flawlessly. It works flawlessly. I've been using it in Xplane the last week, and it's great.
And it is beautiful, and it is full of information, and the developer is incredibly active on the lounge. So Albar965, thank you so much for bringing us the news, for listening to the community about what we want. Much love, dude. Keep up the great work. That software package is highly recommended. Just Flight TB10 Tobago and TB20 Trinidad have been updated for V4. The Milvis FG1D Corsair has been released. Turbulent Designs products have been updated, and yes, that means the entire line. Lots of changes. Many of the sceneries have had their vegetation updated to perfectly match Terraflora. So you're going to want to get that if you're a Terraflora user. You're going to want to get that period because there's some optimization as well. UK 2000 releases a slew of airports for Xplane 10 and 11. France VFR has been updated to V4. Just Flight updates their DC-8 jetliner to V4. SimStarter NG has been updated to 1.51 with some great new features, including the ability to spawn in at specific gates based on the livery you're flying. FSDG Bangalore International Airport has been updated already. The Just Flight L1011 TriStar comes to V4. Airport Dublin V2 for Xplane has been released. Aerosoft Antarctica X package comes to V4. Performance was absolute poop in that in V3, and I'm so happy that it's come to V4, and now we don't have to worry about OOMs. MK Studios, oh god, I'm gonna say baloney. MK Studios baloney. It's so American. Bologna X updated to 1.02. It's now V4 compatible. La Palma Professional by Aerosoft has now been released. This is the professional version of La Palma. FS2 Cruise status update will include new voices for the 747 package, and that little golden nugget I mentioned earlier, the Mad Dog package will get updated as well. Aerosoft Stuttgart for Xplane 11 has been released. Mega Airport Zurich 2.0 Professional has been released. Aerosoft has been so busy this week with releases, like they are flooding the Xplane releases. Airport Lugano released for Xplane. Tropical Sim releases Aruba Reina Beatrix TNCA. This is a beautiful, beautiful airport. We took a look at this in detail on another show.
Sounds like a baddie out of Harry Potter.
Taxi to Gate EDDM Munich has been released for and updated for V4. Updated for V4. Puerto Rico 3D Environment 2017 has been released. This is essentially like an autogen package. So you've got to have Mega Scenery X or another photoreal package to run that. Mega Sao Paulo X has been released for Xplane. This is the Ricardo Mega Sao Paulo. It's the best, and I can only imagine how good it looks on Xplane. The Quality Wings 787 has been delayed a bit further, so the wait continues on that. And last but not least, it may be Tuesday today, if this was done on the day that I think it was done. And so maybe today P3D V4 came out, but maybe it didn't. No? But I doubt it, and Kevin says no, so it probably didn't come out today, and this was just a rumor, which is why it's worth mentioning, so we called it. Thank you very much for another wonderful show, ladies and gentlemen. On the road to completing pretty much a full year of On Approaches, man. This is incredible. It's incredible. So next week is going to be our last show separated this way before Cosford. I'm excited. Yes. If anyone out there is going to Cosford, make sure to check out the thread on the Cosford meetup. We've got other things going on during the week as well. If you're based out in the UK, you're gonna want to look at that thread, because we're doing dinners, we're doing visits to other museums. We'd love to meet as many of you as we can. So check that out. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Thank you again, and Sky 5.
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, Tempo 63.
63, contact the New York Center 128.3.